At the age of 10, at an overnight camp, I discovered in one fell swoop that we were dying. I still don't know why I became aware of this, but I did. I became a fearful child. Back home, I refused to leave my room. My father bought me a large white rabbit with pink eyes. The rabbit and I stayed in my room for 6 straight months. Her name was Snow. Prozac launched 16 years later, when I was 26. The depression had been a rotted weight in my stomach. After I took Prozac for the first time, the weight lifted. I went outside. A child walked by carrying red balloons. The trees shimmered. The world and my insides had been washed by Windex. I bought a sundae, 3 scoops of vanilla drizzled with dark chocolate and topped with an enormous nipple of whipped cream. Prozac whitewashed my libido, but I didn't care. I sampled from the big buffet of life, tasting everything I could. Fried plantains, fresh on the inside, bundles of bread with hot spongy insides, tabs of melting butter. I traveled. I went to a music concert. I was powered by a profound gratefulness. But there was a hidden nugget of fear. This was too good to last. Prozac stopped working for me after 17 years. I switched to Effexor.
Effexor, the feel-better solution.
By that time, I had built a life for myself. A husband, babies, books. But as with Prozac, the drug killed my libido. It played a significant role in my divorce, but I'd still rather be a happy divorcee than a depressed wife. Effexor is a psychotropic Drano. It clears away the gunk of depression, allowing the spectrum of human feeling to come through. Sadness, relief, happiness, longing, fear. I became fully human. Then my first manic episode hit me in my early 40s. My house didn't need remodeling, but I decided it did. I took down the staircase, tearing its walls apart with my bare hands. I reached into the cleft with a pry bar and pulled the plaster apart until it snowed down. Then I turned to the bathroom. I tore up the floorboards, replaced them with stones. It looked awful. Zyprexa stopped the mania in its tracks. The world became quiet. I surveyed my wreckage and then called a general contractor. Zyprexa is poisonous to my body. It's given me type 2 diabetes. It slows my metabolism so that a carrot has as many calories as cheesecake. I've gained over 70 pounds. My blood is full of Crisco and custard. My blood sugars are causing kidney failure and eating into my optic nerves. I don't have long to live. I've decided to undergo bariatric surgery to drastically reduce the size of my stomach. Hopefully, that'll help me lose 70 pounds and kick my diabetes. I will never be able to eat a normal meal again, but I'm willing to do this to potentially live long enough to meet my grandchildren while staying on Zyprexa. I will probably never be free of psychotropic drugs, but they are laced into the arterial scroll of my body, and going off them is an experiment I do not wish to try. I am hugely grateful for what these drugs have enabled me to build. I have a stable partner, 10 books to my name, 4 ponies, a dog, 2 gorgeous children. I live in a house I built myself with meaty beams, gold pine floors, stained glass windows. When the sun hits them, colors fall to the floor. Sapphire and ruby and amber and ivy. These are the colors of my life. In my mind, it is quiet, and a woman sits in a rocker, reading a book, immersed in a beautiful world.